This video is a review of Universal Windows Direct, their pricing, their window product, and their presentation. They are one of 9 companies we've had out to give us quotes on our home of 12 windows. And just in case you are curious, when we did finally make a decision, we went with Virtual View Windows. The fact that we could do the entire sales and demo process virtually, plus the Energy Star 7.0 rating along with their Google reviews, and then Joe's virtual presentation and demo all added up to them being the best fit for my husband and I. So now let's look at Universal Windows Direct. I love my new windows. That's the slogan you hear on TV commercials for Universal Windows Direct. In addition to windows, they also offer doors, vinyl siding, roofing, gutter protection, and more. Universal Windows Direct is a franchise with most locations being east of the Mississippi River. They were the 4th company who provided a quote to replace the windows in our home. Hi friends, I'm the Wacky Window Woman. I am not a contractor. I am not here to sell you windows. I'm just a real person trying to get new windows without getting ripped off. In addition to needing new windows for my home, I've got those crappy builder grade windows. I've also made it my mission to shop all of the larger, well-known replacement window companies. I've sat through the demos, so you don't have to. Be sure to see my Wacky Window Woman Comparison Chart to see how replacement window companies stack up one against the other when they quoted my 1,600 square foot home of 12 windows. I'll put a link to that chart in the description below. The rep, let's call him Ryan from Universal, showed up on a cloudy Saturday morning. He was very polite and good with our dog. We offered him a bottle of water and the games began. He immediately started asking questions to gain an understanding of why we were in the market for new windows and were we serious. We shared with him that we had already gotten a few quotes from his competitors. He asked us who, and we told him. Being in the biz, he was likely already aware what Rosati, a local window company in our area, Window World, and then Virtual View Windows were going to be less expensive than his Universal Windows Direct. Early into the appointment, emotionally, he admitted defeat and started packing up his brochures. I've recognized this as I've had it happen to me. When the customer wants something specific and you know your product can't meet their expectations or you can't beat the competitor's price. As a salesperson, you have nothing to offer and you might as well pack up your stuff and go home, right? Well, certainly, he could have tried to one-up the others with some specification his window had that he knew the others didn't, or played up that his warranty was better by this feature or maybe that feature, but he totally gave up. He called my 1,600 square foot home of 12 windows a large project and that it would be over $20,000. As we began to question him on items like would hauling away the old windows be extra or was there an add-on for financing, he said that we could assume the price that he quoted me of $2,000 per window, give or take, included everything that we were asking about. Some companies impose an additional charge for the removal of the old windows, and some apply a flat fee for financing. Why wasn't he leveraging these facts to secure the sale? He should be aware of his competition and their strategies, shouldn't he? I wondered why he wasn't highlighting those points. Ryan never provided a quote on paper or electronically, so I have to take him at his word that each window would be $2,000, or in our case, a total project cost of $24,000 for 12 windows. The first quote we had gotten was from Mad City Windows and Baths at just over $20,000. But that appointment, it was a painful, miserable 2 hours and 14 minutes. The second quote came from Virtual View Windows and was just under $9,700, so about half the price of Mad City. The third quote we received was from a local company. We didn't choose them as their window was super bulky, like more frame than glass. So be sure to ask about the size of the frame and the sash, specifically if you are replacing builder windows that are significantly slimmer than replacement windows. Ultimately, we chose Virtual View Windows. Because of their virtual sales and demo process, the fact that we didn't need to let a window sales rep into our home, and the fact that their Alside Mezzo Quattro window meets the 7.0 Energy Star ratings along with a very low air infiltration number and a strong U factor all made them the best fit for us. Oh, and the fact that they were the most affordable, well, that didn't hurt either. Imagine the joy we felt when I finally found a company who would allow us to shop for windows the way we wanted. Virtually and with no high-pressure tactics. Virtual View offers virtual demo presentations so you can ask questions, and if you want them to demo the features of their Alside Mezzo Quattro window, they can do that for you as well. My husband and I used this time to ask questions and further understand the window that Virtual View offers. You've likely heard of Energy Star, right? In 2023, though, there was a newer version of Energy Star rating that came out, and it's called Energy Star 7.0. Some of Universal Windows Direct windows meet this new 7.0 standards and some do not, so be sure to ask if you do go with them. As I started my replacement window shopping journey, I realized homeowners needed an easier way to get competitive pricing and information. And that's why I created my website and the Wacky Window Woman Comparison Chart. By sharing a quote to replace 12 windows in my home, I hope to help others avoid multiple lengthy window demos. Be sure to see the comparison chart to see the prices from all of the window companies I have had out to our home thus far. So after our sales representative, Ryan from Universal Windows Direct, left, my husband and I did a post-mortem to discuss how we felt the appointment went. I find it odd that many of the window reps we've invited into our home for quotes don't even bring the window in with them. It feels like they gauge your interests before they decide if they will bless you with bless you and your time with a demonstration of the features and benefits of their windows. Call me old-fashioned, but how can I measure who has the best window along with a competitive price if you don't even try to woo me with all the magical features of your window? So ultimately, again, we went with Virtual View Windows. They offer a simple 4-step virtual sales and demo process, meaning no window rep needs to come into your home. So Joe, the sales guy, was super easy to talk to. He was very helpful as we were trying to put together and decide what we were going to do. We wanted to ask about upgrading to triple pane windows, and he needed to give us the time to make that final decision. I encourage you to reach out to him and get a quote so you have a jumping off point, and then you can compare his quote to the other well-known companies you might be considering. Be sure again to see that Wacky Window Woman comparison chart to compare different replacement window companies. And then regardless of who you choose to buy your windows from, let them know that the Wacky Window Woman sent you, and then subscribe to this channel so you can see reviews of replacement window companies and other side-by-side comparisons.